Can you feel it, Leafs Nation? That quiet hum of anticipation, mixed with a healthy dose of skepticism as we search for the missing piece? It's that familiar ache, the one that whispers, if only we had that player, especially when your beloved team is on the cusp of true contention, but still has a glaring hole in its lineup. What if the answer isn't a flashy blockbuster trade that costs us future assets, but a low-risk, high-reward gamble on a fallen star, a two-time All-Star with a Stanley Cup ring, who's now looking for his redemption arc right here in Toronto? Are the Maple Leafs about to make a calculated, audacious move that could transform their top-six forward group? All by taking a chance on a player desperate to prove he still belongs among the NHL's elite? The Toronto Maple Leafs, a franchise perpetually under the microscope, are navigating a pivotal offseason. While general manager Brad Treliving has been busy reshaping the roster, the most glaring, undeniable truth remains. This team still desperately needs another top-six forward. The departure of Mitch Marner, a cornerstone of their offense for years, has left a gaping void, a chasm in the offensive firepower that simply cannot be ignored if this team truly intends to contend for the Stanley Cup. It's a challenge that weighs heavily on the minds of the front office, the coaching staff, and every single passionate fan. Finding a player of Marner's caliber, a consistent point producer, who can elevate those around him, is no small feat in the current NHL landscape, especially with limited trade assets and salary cap constraints. The free agency market, for all its initial frenzy, has largely dried up, leaving teams scrambling for creative solutions. But what if the solution isn't found in the usual places? What if it comes from an unexpected corner of the hockey world? A player who has tasted the highest highs, endured the lowest lows, and is now looking for one final triumphant return. Reports have emerged, sparking a quiet buzz across the league, that Evgeny Kuznetsov, a two-time NHL All-Star and a pivotal member of the Washington Capitals' 2018 Stanley Cup winning squad, is looking to make a dramatic return to the NHL after a stint in the KHL. And this is where the Toronto Maple Leafs enter the conversation, with a compelling case to sign him in what could be the ultimate low-risk, high-reward move of the offseason. Let's delve into the compelling narrative of Kuznetsov's potential return. After a challenging period that saw him leave the NHL for the KHL last season, the skilled forward is now actively seeking to re-establish himself on hockey's grandest stage. His agent, Shumi Babiv, recently confirmed this burning desire to RG Media, painting a vivid picture of a player driven by a profound need for redemption. I worked with Evgeny in Russia. In the US, he had a different agent, but now I represent his interests in the NHL, Babiv explained. He asked for my opinion, and I've always said that the NHL is where he belongs. Last year, he was mentally and physically exhausted and wanted to come back to Russia. But even at 60 to 70% of his usual level, he was still one of the top players in the KHL. This isn't just a player looking for a paycheck, it's a player looking to reclaim his identity, to prove to himself and the hockey world that the magic is still there. Babiv further revealed that he has already engaged in discussions with NHL teams regarding a contract, indicating a tangible path back for the former All-Star. In my view, there are about 10 teams where Kuznetsov could be a real asset, where there's both room on the roster and cap space. I think we could have clarity within a couple of weeks, Babiv added, signaling the urgency and the genuine interest surrounding Kuznetsov. The allure for the Maple Leafs is multifaceted, primarily centered around the low-risk, high-reward nature of this potential signing. Given Kuznetsov's recent career trajectory and his stated desire to prove himself, he is highly likely to sign for a cheap one-year deal. This is precisely the kind of contract the Maple Leafs can afford, especially with their current cap situation and the need to maintain flexibility. Unlike a trade, which would require parting with valuable draft picks or young prospects, signing Kuznetsov would cost them nothing but salary, making it an exceptionally shrewd financial play. But the reward? That's where the true excitement lies. Toronto can offer him a legitimate chance to be a top-six winger, a role that would immediately elevate his profile and give him the ice time he needs to reignite his offensive game. Furthermore, With Mitch Marner's departure, there's a significant void on the power play, a unit that Kuznetsov could seamlessly slot into, leveraging his elite passing vision and puck distribution skills. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the criticism surrounding Kuznetsov's effort and consistency. It's no secret that there have been periods where his engagement has been questioned, leading to frustrating stretches for fans and coaches alike. However, this is where the narrative takes a fascinating turn, where the pieces of this puzzle begin to align perfectly for the Maple Leafs. If any coach can get Kuznetsov motivated to play hard, to consistently bring his A game, it would be Craig Berube. Berube, known for his demanding style, his emphasis on accountability, and his ability to extract maximum effort from his players, could be the exact catalyst Kuznetsov needs. This isn't just a coaching change, it's a potential psychological reset. Moreover, consider the profound motivation that would fuel Kuznetsov in this scenario. This would likely be his final shot at being a legitimate, impactful NHL player. For an athlete of his pedigree, who has tasted the ultimate glory of a Stanley Cup, the prospect of fading into obscurity is a powerful deterrent. This desperation, this burning desire for a career resurgence, could transform his effort level. He would likely go all out every single shift, every single game, in proving he's still a dynamic NHL player. Imagine the fire in his eyes, the determination in his stride. Knowing that every performance is a testament to his enduring skill, he would likely slot in as Toronto's second-line left winger, a position where the Maple Leafs desperately need an upgrade, as Bobby McMahon held that spot last season. Kuznetsov's ability to also play center, if needed, adds another layer of invaluable versatility to the roster, providing crucial depth down the middle. Let's not forget the raw talent that still resides within Evgeny Kuznetsov. His career statistics are a testament to his capabilities. 743 career games, recording 173 goals and 402 assists for a remarkable 575 points. His career-high season in 2017-18, the year the Capitals won the Cup, saw him explode for 27 goals and 83 points. This wasn't a fluke, it was a demonstration of a player operating at an elite level, capable of driving offense and making game-changing plays. While his production has dipped since then, the underlying skill set, the vision, the hands, the ability to make plays in tight spaces has not simply vanished. It's a matter of unlocking it, of rekindling that spark. And with the right environment, the right coaching, and the right motivation, the Maple Leafs could be the team to do it. Maple Leafs GM Brad Treliving has been unequivocally clear about the team's priorities. After the opening day of free agency, he reiterated the pressing need to acquire a top-six forward. Mitch was a top-six forward, and we haven't replaced that hole, Treliving stated, leaving no room for ambiguity. That's really where our focus is. This isn't just a casual desire, it's the stated primary objective of the entire offseason. And when you consider the limited options available, the high cost of acquiring proven talent via trade, and the relative scarcity of top-tier free agents, taking a flyer on Kuznetsov makes profound strategic sense. He possesses all the tools, the skill, the experience, the offensive instincts to be a top-six forward in the NHL. And the fact that he could be a low-cost signing, requiring no assets in return, makes this a truly compelling proposition. It's a gamble, yes, but one with potentially monumental returns, a chance to fill a critical void with a player who at his best is an offensive force. Ultimately, the case for the Toronto Maple Leafs signing Evgeny Kuznetsov is a fascinating blend of necessity, opportunity, and the tantalizing prospect of a redemption story. The team desperately needs a top-six forward, and Kuznetsov, driven by a desire to prove himself and under the demanding tutelage of Craig Berube, could be precisely that. It's a low-risk move that carries the potential for an incredibly high reward, a chance to add a two-time All-Star and Stanley Cup champion to a roster hungry for success. Will the Leafs take this calculated gamble, banking on Kuznetsov's renewed motivation and Berube's coaching prowess to unlock his elite potential? Or will they shy away from the perceived risk, missing out on what could be the most impactful, under-the-radar signing of the summer? So, Leafs Nation, what's your take? Does the thought of Evgeny Kuznetsov in the blue and white, playing with a chip on his shoulder, ignite a spark of hope for this team's championship aspirations? Or do the past criticisms outweigh the potential for a glorious comeback? We want to hear your unfiltered thoughts, your passionate debates, and your bold predictions. Drop your comments, your insights, and your wildest dream scenarios down below. Let's keep this conversation roaring. And if you crave more in-depth analysis, more breaking news, and all the electrifying twists and turns of the Maple Leafs journey, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's ride this exhilarating off-season wave together.